What's going on, you guys? And welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. And today is another news edition episode where we go over this week's anime news, sometimes manga, sometimes entertainment. And as per usual, I'm your boy Aray, the co-host of Anime Plus. Unfortunately, my boy Owen couldn't make it today, but it's all good. I got us covered today. But yeah, dude, it's so weird doing it without Owen. But yeah, we gonna make it through. You feel me? But let's start off with the first article today. I like to start the pod off with some random anime news. So for this instance, we got a new species of crustacean founded. And not only was it discovered, but it was actually named after an anime character. That anime character is Ranma. So if you've ever watched Ranma half or one and a half, I'm not sure what it's called. I remember briefly watching it when I was younger, but yeah, to be honest, I don't really remember it like that. It's one of those older anime, which by the way, it's getting I guess you can call it a remake animation, a readaptation, whatever you want to call it, but it's named after that. So the name of I guess a crustacean, which you usually like shrimp, lobster, crabs. I think those are crustaceans. But the scientific name is Apsidis Ranma. So obviously Ranma is the name of the character. So just kind of cool news to start today's episode off. Again, it is kind of random, but it's actually really dope. Well, let's start off with the next article after that. So next up, we got some Sonic news. So Shadow the Hedgehog is getting his own manga, which is actually kind of fire. If you ever watched Sonic, Shadow is one of the most badass characters in the entire Sonic universe. Honestly, me personally, I love playing the game. Shadow is probably my favorite character. Obviously, Sonic was the OG, so that might have been my favorite character. But that game, Shadow the Hedgehog, was just fire. I remember being a kid and I was playing the game, and I was like young. I was probably like 11, 12, and the game was rated like 13, but my mom still let me get it. And then she took it away because I kept saying damn, which I learned from this game. So my mom's she took it away, didn't let me play anymore. But long story short, it was because of Shadow the Hedgehog, and this game's awesome. So, but that being said, the manga could actually be free fire if you are a fan of Sonic. Moving on, we have some awards that are nominating a bunch of different manga. So it's called the Harvey Awards, and they basically honor outstanding work in comics and sequential art. So some of the nominations for best manga are The Summer Hikaru Died, which had Atelier, which I believe is getting an anime adaptation very soon. Delicious in Dungeon, which has been popping off. Frieren, obviously, that's going to be a big one. The Junji Ito story collection, obviously he's goated. We got The Shadow over Innsmouth. I've never heard of this one. Next up is Berserk, Volume 14. Duh, Berserk. Next up, we got Secondhand Love. Never heard of that. My Picture Diary. Never heard of that. And then Okinawa. But with that being said, I mean, I've seen a lot of these ones. I know the Summer Hikaru Dai is a really popular one that's getting an anime adaptation. Obviously, Delicious in Dungeon, Junji Ito, Frieren. These are all very popular names. And I would expect Frieren to probably win just because of all the hype that it has. But I'm not really familiar with this award, so we'll just have to see. Maybe they pick a low-key one, which would honestly be pretty cool. But yeah, move on to the next piece of news. So next up, we got a new voice actor for the voice of Sabo. Obviously, if you guys remember the episode that we did a while back, it was regarding the voice actor Sabo allegedly. I can't even say allegedly because he did confess to it, but he basically got into this whole controversy with a fan. He had an affair with a fan, allegedly. I don't know if I still gotta say that, but he stepped down as the voice actor of Sabo, and a new one's taken over. The name of the new one is Miyu Irino, and that is the voice actor in Haikyuu, Mob Psycho, and Sora from the Kingdom Hearts franchise. So it's Sugawara from Haikyuu and Ritsu Kageyama from Mob Psycho. So if you are a fan of Sabo, don't worry. I know it's not the same voice actor, but this guy's had some pretty big roles, so it's not too bad. And obviously, if you guys been watching, Sabo pulled up in the recent episode, so yeah, pretty good news. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next up, we got some Suicide Squad Isekai anime news. Or not the anime, I guess. It's just the series in general. So obviously the anime just ended. I want to say like last week or the week before, but we are ended up getting Webtoon animation or Webtoon adaptation, which is coming out on August 25th. It's usually the other way around where you get the manga or Webtoon first, and then you get the anime. But this time around, we're getting the anime first, and now we're getting the Webtoon, which is kind of weird. It's not something that you typically see, but it's kind of cool for the Suicide Squad fans. Either way, I'm not the biggest fan of this series just because I haven't watched it yet. Also, I'm not a big, actually, I'm more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy. I know people get triggered by that, but either way, I'm gonna have to peep the series first and then jump into the Webtoon. But fans of the series, I know y'all are pretty hyped for this one. All right, moving on to some actually crazy news. So, Attack on Titan is releasing a film which is coming out on November 8th. Yeah, it's not anything new and original. It's more of just kind of taking the previous part of the last season and then the last part of the last season, combining it into like a 145-minute long film. They kind of brushed up apparently on like those two parts, like basically made the animation a little bit smoother, and then they added 5.1 CH surround sound. So if you want to watch it in higher definition, or if you haven't watched it yet, or you may even need like a recap, then go ahead and watch this. Wait for this. It's coming out in like 3 months, whenever November is. But yeah, if you haven't watched it, this is a perfect opportunity to go back and watch it. Or if you loved it and you like that surround sound, you can go ahead and watch it this way. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. All right, bro, the first slam dunk, bro. This film has just been popping off nonstop. Like we've seen it in the top 10 in Japan of all time, or I think even all time for anime films. I believe it's number 5 or 6 as of right now. But if you're including things that aren't anime, it's now the number 12 highest grossing film ever in Japan. So it just passed Avatar, not the Last Airbender, but the Avatar series, which obviously that's like one of the biggest movies ever in the entire world. So to see the first time dunk, a series that ended such a long time ago, pop off and become number 12 all time right now, it's honestly pretty impressive. So I'm looking forward to watching this again. It's coming to Netflix pretty soon. I think we covered that in the last episode. But yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it for sure. Moving on to the next one, Hello Kitty is celebrating their 50th birthday. That's kind of crazy. 50 years, bro. And not only is it celebrating its 50th birthday, they're doing it at the Dodger Stadium, which is honestly kind of wild, bro. Like Hello Kitty is like honestly really big, but like it's so weird to see that at a baseball game. I just went to my first baseball game not too long ago. Shout out to the Red Sox. And I don't know, I don't really see a place where Hello Kitty pops off there, but looks like the Dodgers are doing it. Maybe they can have a little bit more leniency with the Japanese born player as their pretty much their star player. So it is interesting to see. But we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But it's happening in April 17th. So it's gonna be a while. All right, I believe, yeah, it was announced back in April 17th. It's happening on August 19th. So it's already happened by now. So I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can find any like Twitter clips or anything like that. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. All right. So if you guys remember earlier, maybe like 5 or 6 weeks ago, or 5 or 6 months ago, it might have been a while, but Pokemon announced like a bunch of news, including a new video game, Z to A, some other cool stuff. And they also announced a Pokemon trading card game. So this game is supposedly launching for iOS and Android on October 30th, where you can basically rip open packs and play against each other. It's a TCG game that I think you can do like one-on-one. I believe the app is already live, but like the full features aren't live right now. I did see it on the App Store, but I'm not sure if it's going to be like a rebranded version or if it's going to be a new game altogether. But October 30th is the date to know. All right, let's move on to the biggest piece of news for today. Bro, JJK manga is ending in 5 chapters. So on September 30th, we're getting the end of JJK, which is just actually insane. It launched in 2018, and just 6 years later, it's finally ending. We do remember during Jump Festa last year, which was in December, Gege Akutami, the author of JJK, he revealed that this is probably going to be his last Jump Festa as the ongoing author of JJK, basically signaling that the series was coming to an end. And honestly, I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, bro, it's already like August. Like August almost done, and the series has nowhere near basically come to an end. You know what I mean? Like there was no specific plot line, if that makes any sense, that would signal an end. And I'm not a big manga reader for JJK, but like I've been just talking to a bunch of people in our Discord about that. By the way, join our Discord, link in the description. But yeah, after revealing this news to like our Discord members, I talked to some people that are up to date on the manga, and they were telling me, yeah, dude, it might be a rushed ending, or it just doesn't really make sense to end it right now. But again, 5 chapters, a lot can happen in between then and now. So we'll just have to wait and see. But nonetheless, it is kind of sad to see My Hero ending and now a JJK in just 5 chapters. But we'll just have to wait and see what goes on. Hopefully it's a good ending. I'll give the benefit of the doubt. Obviously, I don't love JJK compared to some other anime. I do like it. I'm just not a big manga reader for it, so I can't really say anything here, but we'll just have to wait and see. But let's move on to the next one. So, bad news for JJK, good news for Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter manga is resuming in the Weekly Shonen Jump on October 7th. So, obviously, we've had some hiatuses. The last hiatus was back in January 2023. We did get a few chapters here and there, but now we are finally getting more Hunter x Hunter. Hopefully, this time around, we'll finally get the ending of it, and then, we'll be put to rest. You know what I mean? Like, we'll be happy then, you feel me? But yeah, if you are a Hunter x Hunter fan, you've just been waiting and you have no idea when the chapter is coming back. October 7th, remember that date. All right, moving on to the next article. So this next article is actually kind of crazy. So now with some of the biggest series ending, My Hero, JJK, even Black Clover to a certain extent, bro, Shonen Jump needs to figure out what their next battle shonen anime is going to be or manga is going to be. And what they're doing is they're launching a competition called Next Generation Battle, which the authors of Bleach, My Hero, Black Clover, JJK creators are going to be like the judges. Basically, a bunch of people are going to submit their manga, and the top three places will be able to win an award. Firstly, obviously, there's a cash prize. I believe it's first place $6,900, second $3,400, and third $2,000. And the first place will get their story slash manga featured in the Weekly Shonen Jump, which is actually really fire. Second place, I believe, also gets it published, but just in the digital version. The first place is like the actual physical copy, which is actually really cool. And I believe the last place gets it like published somewhere online. Maybe like not in the Weekly Shonen Jump, but maybe in like, oh, there it is, Special Giga magazine. So it's in that. So it's going to be in one of those issues of Giga magazine. But either way, like it's this is a dream for a lot of different people, and it's also a great opportunity for like us to get a new series. I don't know exactly which series have come from competitions like this, but obviously this is a great opportunity for that to happen, especially with judges like these guys that are taking over. Like, bro, Tite Kubo, obviously, bro, is a legend. He's gonna recognize like some immense talent. Same with Horikoshi, Tabata, Gege. These guys are all legends. They've been here, and so hopefully they'll be able to recognize some nice talent, and those guys will be able to bring forth the next story, which is honestly that would be goated, bro. Because like, let's be honest, in the Weekly Shonen Jump, there's not too many battle shonen left. There's obviously One Piece, and there's a few other like Kagurabachi might be the next one up, but yeah, who really knows what the next big three are gonna be? But we might talk about that in the future pod. But yeah, I don't know, man. We'll just have to wait and see. And if you guys are a manga creator, fuck it, enter the competition. It's probably free to enter, so go ahead, do it out, follow your dreams. You feel me? But yeah, let's get on to the next story. All right, so next story is Witch Watch is getting a TV anime adaptation. I know this is mad hype for a ton of people. Personally, bro, I have not seen the series and it doesn't look like something that would appeal to me, but nonetheless, I know it's been popping off and shown like the Weekly Shonen Jump. Um, it's coming out in April 2025. I'll read the synopsis too, so you guys let me know what you guys think. Here it is. Morihito, a boy with the strength of an ogre, is about to start living together with his childhood friend Nico, who is training to be a witch. Nico's magic leads to all sorts of unpredictable trouble, and with the two teens under one roof, let the fantastical antics begin. Hey, yo, bro, they gonna be wilding out, bro. Like, no, play it. But yeah, nonetheless, this is created by Kento Shinohara, the creator of Sket Dance and Astra Lost in Space. So this author obviously has a decent repertoire under their belt, and now they have a big series that's coming to anime. It's coming to TV now. So it's definitely good to see like a bunch of different manga are starting to last longer and get anime adaptations. I don't know if me personally would like to like this one, but again, I don't know anything other than the synopsis, and that has been popping off on the Weekly Shonen Jump. So I'll just have to wait and see. April 2025, it's a ways out, but it's not too far out. So we'll just have to wait and see. And as time gets closer, I'll end up watching a trailer, maybe watch the first episode, and we'll see from there. Well, let's move on to the next and final article. Today, another manga is getting a TV anime adaptation. This one is called The Daily Life of a Middle-Aged Online Shopper in Another World. So again, this is another isekai. It's coming out in 2025. Bro, isekai have been popping off, but let me read the synopsis real quick. Kenichi, a single man who's almost 40, is suddenly transferred to another world as he navigates his way through the dangerous forests of the world. He realizes that he can use a huge online shopping site. Kenichi aims to use his cheat ability to live a slow life in another world. So, bro looks like he's got like a unlimited bro. It's like playing Minecraft but like creative mode. That's basically what bro's living on, which is actually kind of cool. But I don't know if I watch this, bro. There's so many isekai out there. I know a lot of people in our Discord love. They call it trashy isekai. I'm not gonna call it that, but that's what they be calling it. They love those series, so they probably will end up liking this one. But again, I don't know if this is something I'd watch personally. Me. I like isekai that are like not like this. Like I liked Mushoku Tensei. I did like Remonster a little bit, and then it got kind of weird. What else? What else? What other isekai did I like? Konosuba, but that was kind of a meme. Either way, like this is not something that I could see myself watching, but I do see it being very popular with isekai fans. All right, that's probably going to be it for this episode. We had a pretty decent week full of news, especially when it comes to like, Attack on Titan movie. That's kind of crazy. Obviously JJK ending, Hunter x Hunter resuming, kind of crazy. But with that being said, I just want to say, yo, without Own, this pod is low-key kind of hard to do by yourself, but I had fun doing it. So y'all let me know. Join the Discord and let me know how I did. Honestly, I'm gonna try working on it, but working on being better by myself, more entertaining. But the thing is, I got my boy on. He was locked in, bro. So we chilling. He just a little busy right now. You feel me? Well, he finna be back. We're gonna get our pod back together, and we'll be popping off. You feel me? This week has just been a little bit busy for him, so it's been kind of hard to record, but we'll figure out a new schedule. But we'll probably still aim for Tuesdays and Thursdays as we've been doing. But this pod is just coming out a little bit later. But nonetheless, thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode of Anime Plus. Until then, y'all take it easy. Peace.